Poverty has always been a major issue in India. In every nook and corner of Indian cities, you will be able to find someone who's striving to survive. However, India did something great. Between 2006 and 2016, India was able to lift 271 million people out of the extreme poverty levels. But that is bad news. The coronavirus has triggered a health and economic crisis that threatens to put a lot of people back into extreme poverty levels unless something is done. Hi everyone, my name is Kasliwal and today we are going to talk about poverty in India. But first, how is poverty estimated? Well, there are a number of ways, but the most prevalent one is through the International Poverty Line, which suggests that anybody who's living under $1.90 a day is considered to be extremely poor. That is around 140 rupees a day or less. Now, poverty has huge economic consequences for each one of us and for the economy at large. To understand how, let's see how an economy progresses. Now, as mentioned in a previous video, what you do with your money is either you save it or you spend it. Consumption is basically of two types. Consumption is in essential items and consumption in non-essentials. Essentials comprise of your basics like food, shelter, clothing, and keeping healthy, while non-essentials comprises of everything else. It is assumed that you spend only a fixed amount on essential items, post which whatever you spend is on non-essentials. So one might argue, what about, excessive clothing or extra expensive food that one consumes? Well, that also comes under non-essentials. Hence, basically, whatever you need to sustain yourself comes under essential items. But why is this lesson on what is essential and what's not important to understand how an economy grows? Well, since you only spend a fixed amount of your income on essential items, if the economy was only dependent on that, the economy wouldn't be progressing. So the way an economy grows is when people have enough earnings to spend on non-essentials after having satisfied their essential items needs. But how does that work? Well, the money that you spend on the goods that you want will help someone else to earn more. And now that person will be able to spend their money on the things that they want. And so every person who earns more will be able to spend more, giving somebody else the ability to earn more and spend more. However, this entire process can only help an economy to grow when enough people earn enough to spend on more than just essential items. So if there is, for instance, like in India, more than 50 million people who are considered to be extremely poor, it is completely impossible for them to be spending on non-essential items since they don't even have enough to sustain themselves. And the fact that coronavirus might pull many more people into the poverty trap, well, that just makes the situation even more grim. Since a major reduction in people's ability to spend on non-essentials has major implications on all of our ability to earn, since a lot of our employment is based on the existence of these non-essential items, a lot of us not being able to spend will have a huge detrimental effect on the economy at large. And this dual effect is exactly why it is extremely important to reduce poverty in India. To further reiterate how extensive this poverty trap is, let me remind you that in this video, we've only been speaking about extreme poverty levels. That is, people who don't have even rupees 140 a day with themselves to sustain themselves. They can't even access essential items in less than rupees 140 a day. And the coronavirus might put so many more people into these levels. A UN report estimates that more than 400 million workers in India will slip back into poverty. While poverty is gradual, it is extremely real and fatal, and it needs to be addressed urgently. Thank you.